Okay. All right. Enough of that. We are live streaming, so that's like super exciting and cool and awesome. Why does my mini meters look like that? Why is there this like portion on the end? Huh? Oh. You. Why are you doing this? You know what? I'm gonna take it back. The mini meters update isn't even that cool. Like I can't even open the settings because if I do, it's like, oh, the window's too big. I'm a baby. Now I can't even make the window less big because there's a shut the fuck up, man. Oh, everything's going wrong so quickly. Spectrogram. What's wrong with you, man? No frequency lines, no overlay. Just show me the spectrogram without any. Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Let me hide the rest of it over here. Why is it like by default pinned? Okay. We're back here. What's up, Safety Break? Welcome back. You're the first chatter. You win. So I had a chat with fucking, who were they? Lucas Ipo and Amphibolia and Hotbot and 2L, the whole physical modeling like savant crew, and they gave me some ideas and stuff like that, right? So, well, I made this patch here, and I'm gonna try to start from scratch again and remember how I made it. But this patch is like, it's very weird in that we're using a waveform to control an LFO, and then the LFO is controlling the level of a DC offset wave, and then that is what's being sent out of the speaker. So this is controlling an LFO, which is controlling the speaker, and thus we can apply like smoothing to the LFO. We can manually create filters. So like smoothing the LFO creates a filter, right? Because like if you smooth a wave out, you're getting rid of the high frequencies, right? Which is just weird to think about. Accidentally renamed this big thing. Yeah, kinda. So like the LFO is oscillating everything, and then this LFO, we can control the phase. So like this LFO, like these are at 0 hertz, right? The phase of this is being modulated by this LFO, which is being controlled by this oscillator here, right? But then we can also control the phase in the negative direction by this oscillator here, which means we can smooth this LFO out, right? Remember, smoothing this LFO creates a low pass filtered version of this signal. And then if we subtract it, because like again, the phase is being controlled in both positive and negative directions by the LFO, which is a low pass filter, and the original signal. That means we're subtracting the two together. And what's the signal minus a low pass version of the signal? It's a high pass filter. So this is now being modulated by a high pass filter of this signal, right? That is being controlled by how much smoothing there is. And then I have it matched to a square wave. And so it's just going to jump back and forth between two values. And then I can control this with it. I don't know why it's... Except it's not doing what I want it to do. And then, Oh, there we go. It's fucking weird. All of it's weird, man. Then we smooth it. And then we, what do we want to do? I forgot what I want to do. Well, you can make feedback loops also by having this filter. This filter is the output of this signal, and then this signal is the combined. This signal is the output of the smoothed out LFO controlled original thing being modulated by a filter, and then that is also controlling the original thing. So there's this like weird super complex feedback loop, right? Oh, there's also smoothing here. So I'm smoothing the square wave LFO, and then it doesn't sound like anything right now. Why? I broke it. Yeah, it's all really fucking weird. Like, what if we control, anyways. Let's try to recreate this patch, because I need to, like, actually understand what's going on. So I need to be able to recreate it. So the premise is, we want some, it's pretty cool to do with like granulated stuff. So we can just press that for a second, and then we can take out that audio and then drop it into the granular engine, right? Now, you can like go through that, you can scan through it really slowly. You can create a bunch of grains, and then you can like make the length really small. Right? And then let's make this a forward loop so that it doesn't ever stop playing. Right? So that's all cute and fun and cool. And then we can take this LFO, and then let's modulate this LFO with oscillator A. And then let's mute oscillator A. So now, check that out. This is now being modulated. Let's set this LFO to 0 Hertz. So whatever this waveform is that's coming out of this is now moving this LFO. It's set to 0 Hertz, so it's just going to stay at the beginning value. So then we can take another wavetable, and then let's make this wavetable just be a DC offset. Right? So this is never going to actually output sound, right? Because it's not going to push your speaker in and out at all. It's just going to keep your speaker pushed out. Right? So there's a click when I press down on my keyboard. There's a single click, and then you hear nothing, right? But if I move, okay, I literally can't physically do it fast enough with my mouse. But if I move the level up and down, that's going to make this DC offset go down to 0 and then go back out, right? Which is a wave. So if we modulate the level with this guy, which is pushing in and out, which is this LFO is being controlled by this waveform, this is now going to create sound, right? Because this thing is pushing in and out. Seamless showed how to do something like this, but inside patches with FL. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm sure there's like a lot of different shit related to this. So, okay. What does this do in the end? I like right now, the only thing that's going on is we basically have DC offset everything, so everything is always positive. I'm sure if we look at yeah, mini meters is like so much more fucking difficult to use now. I feel like it's so annoying. But if we use like mini meters and we look at, oh my god, just give me the oscilloscope pin. It's all positive, right? I suppose that means we can also just put an EQ and get rid of everything below 20 hertz, and then that should restore the thing. Yeah. So now, basically, when you have a DC offset, you can fix the DC offset just by adding a low pass filter or a high pass filter, because the DC offset is technically like a 0 hertz signal. So we can just put this at the end to fix the DC offset, right? And then this is actually pretty satisfying to look at. I'm gonna keep that down here for now until I start adding effects. So now what we want to do is I think we want to go to this amount here, which is the amount that oscillator A is controlling the LFO, and we can open up the curve. Why is nothing playing? It just was. Why did it get so quiet? What did I do? Okay, I open up the curve. When I open up the curve, it breaks. I guess this applies a curve? Why does me clicking on this make everything super quiet? Now it's fucked. I don't understand what's going on there. How do I turn off the curve? So when the curve is editable, then it makes everything really quiet. I don't know why. Okay. Anyways, the point is, if you change the rise and fall parameters, you get like more power, right? So with low filter, can one fix the negatives? The starting point mapping. Low pass filter can be used to like get rid of a DC offset. Like if the whole signal is always above 0 or always negative or whatever, yeah, it should get rid of that, because you can think about if the whole signal's like above or below, that means technically there's a 0 hertz wave playing, right? A 0 hertz wave, the phase is never changing, so it's just stuck at that value. So putting a high pass filter will get rid of that 0 hertz signal, thus centering it again, right? Okay, let's put this on macro 1 and this one on macro 2. Again, I don't know why. Oh, this guy here. I see. I have to make this big again, and then make this unipolar. There we go. Okay, when I hit when I edited the curve, it like made this much smaller. So we can apply smoothing upwards and downwards, which is weird. This is upwards. Let's edit the oscilloscope. Give me oscilloscope. What do I do? Settings, single cycle. It's not good at single cycle. I guess this is a super complex waveform already. Okay. Right. Now, then the next thing that I did in the patch, let's get rid of the settings, let's keep this down here, was we created another LFO, and this one was basically a square wave, also set to 0 hertz. And then we can use this wave to control the phase. Yeah, the phase of that guy. And then this guy can now control like the cutoff of another filter. Right? Except it's not, you can't hear shit. You'd expect this. Right, because this wavetable isn't going out through the filter at all. Now we'll hear it probably. Let's and then we can add smoothing. Right, if we add just a little bit of smoothing, then it sounds drastically different because we're pulling shit at audio rate. Right? And then let's like play around with. Let's add a limiter. Cause shit's gonna start getting crazy. I broke it. So this LFO. Okay. Different filter? Flatline. Holy shit. It sounds like a string at the very end. Weird. Weird. Different filter. Holy fuck. Let's add another filter, and then let's have filter 1 go into filter 2, filter 1 go out, and then filter 2, you are gonna be formant filter, yeah? Let's make you formant filter 3. Yeah, formant filter 3, you can like get really crazy with it. And then formant filter 3, can we map you to scan? Holy shit. See, that's good. Okay, let's just start recording because we're getting cool stuff now. What happened? Why is this not playing? What's going on? Thank you. Maybe we also control... What's controlling scan again? What am I using to control scan? Wasn't it like this filter? Oh god. I broke everything, man. We can also warp this, and then we can FM this from B, and then B can be... And then we can... I don't know. I might be going too far. I might just be breaking everything. Let's control this with... Let's control this with filter 2. Get me out of here. That was what it was. All right. I'm trapped. Help me. Where am I? That's where I am, okay. We can have, what if we use filter 2 solely as a modulation source? So we just have this go out main, and this does none. But FMB. It appears to change nothing. Does it have to be going out to do something? Filter 2. Oh, filter 1 was going into filter 2. I can go to these guys though. I can say go to both. Right? Just go to both, man. Go to both of them. It still does nothing? I don't understand how this shit works. Never mind. I don't understand anything. Alright, just filter 2. You go out main. I'm breaking everything. Okay, let's go back to basic principles. We have this LFO, this wave controlling this LFO, controlling this output. This output goes into this filter. The fuck is controlling this? So then this is frequency modulating the filter. Weird as fuck. Ow. That's hurt. Bunch of phasers. What do we got? I mean, it's a nice base. This all sounds like wow. Okay, enough of that. Let's try an all-pass filter. Hello? Shouldn't there not be like a graphical like explanation thing showing? What's happening? There we go. Okay. This all-pass filter isn't doing anything. There we go. This is kind of boring. There we go. Oh, I forgot about the FM. Alright, this doesn't sound great anymore. What was I doing that was getting... I was getting super cool, like, formaty sounding. I was using, what was it? It was like a dual bandpass thing, and it sounded cool. Oh, let's try these. You... Why are you like that? There we go. Okay. Why is it playing that pitch? We're constantly playing one note. Why is that happening? There we go. Okay, this is sounding boring again. Let's go back. Oh, I think it was peak. Was it peak? No, it was like dual peak. Multi PP. It was PP. PP12. Okay. Ow. And then, how do I look at... Yeah, so we can add a little bit of noise by fucking with the grain randomness. And it's broken again. And then go back to FM. Why isn't this working? Ow. Oh, God. I don't know what the fuck's happening, man. What does this do? Nothing? Hmm. Oh, something I think I forgot to do was have phase is being controlled. Yeah. I think I fucked up. LFO2. What is this called? LFO2 phase? Right, what are you called, man? Okay. Yeah, LFO1 is controlling this. I think we also want this oscillator to control this. But this is going to be controlling, yeah, LFO2 phase in the opposite direction. So now we're subtracting. So our granular synth is controlling LFO1, is controlling the volume, or whatever, the height of LFO1. LFO1 isn't actually moving at all, it's at 0 hertz, right? So this is then being sent to control the level of this DC offset wave, which is creating movement, right? If you phase modulate or adjust the level of, you know, like just a DC offset over time, you're going to move your speaker, which creates sound. So that's all that's happening. It's like a convoluted way to print this waveform onto this, which then goes into that, which then goes out. The benefit of that is when it goes into this, you can start smoothing it, which, like, I don't know, can sound weird. And then we can take this waveform and add it to phase, and then we can take this waveform that's been smoothed and subtract it from phase. A smoothed waveform is basically applying a low-pass filter to the waveform, because when you smooth out a waveform, you're getting rid of the high frequencies. You can think of a low-pass filter as like a smoothing function. So if you take a low-pass filter and you take the original signal and you subtract them from each other, you get a high-pass filter. So now a high-pass version of this signal is controlling this LFO, which is passing over a square wave, and I can use that to modulate shit really fast. Which is weird. So I don't know why the phase by default is doing that. Be in the center. LFO2 phase, LFO2 phase. There's only these two things controlling it. Oh, it should be bipolar or unipolar. That part I don't get. And as you can tell, it explodes really easily. Right? That's all kind of cool. Pretty unique sounding shit. Alright, I broke it. Let's get a Foreman filter. 4x3. What? Come on. So what I'm hearing is I need to, let's take some of that. None of this has been particularly great, but it's been fun. I need to modulate all the cool shit that fucks with pitch, right? So let's do scan and length. I think that should all be fine. Let's take a spell book. Okay, You control that, you control that, you control that. I want grain length to like always be pretty small. Right. Take an LFO. And then this LFO, let's set to random. It's gonna arpeggiator. Alright, this is all garbage and just hurts my ears. I mean, we have this patch here, which this is like a saved point. Broken? I broke it? Oh, it's FM from sub now. What the? How did that happen? Okay, let's try. Let's try mapping. We want to map scan. I think just these two, frankly. And then let's just get. If I just put device randomizer, will that just work on the two things I want it to work on? I think so. Not really what I want. Not at all. Right, let's turn that off. And instead, let's use another LFO. This LFO and map to you. Except draw it in. Everything's fucking awful. Oh, let's just use this one. Better. Remove all destinations. And then you go on scan. Can't hear anything. I broke it. Why are you broken? Why are you broken? Right, I get that. Why are you broken? What's your fucking problem? Yeah, I know. Why is... Okay, this shit is very difficult. I'm at a loss. What did I even do? I just mapped pitch. Okay, we're restarting. That was fucking weird. What the fuck? Why is this happening? I'm opening a new serum. Serum 2. Menu. User Physmod. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to sound like. That was fucking weird. 23. Holy shit. Yeah, dude. Accidentally named that something? Why is that? I'm just trying to stop naming things. No photo phase. Let's do it like that. Yeah, I got a separate control for volume. Though it was playing pretty fucking loudly. Why are you not doing things now? I don't know why it gets noisy. these fucking waveforms, dude. Oh, I forgot to put DC offset on them. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, he's probably thinking about other girls making fart sounds. It's fucking it's literally it's just the rubber duck, the rubber rooster. So okay, the reason why it looks like that, for the people that showed up just now, the principle of what's going on is we have this granular synthesis thing, granulator, controlling an LFO, the height of this LFO. The LFO is set to 0 hertz, so literally the value of the LFO is the value of the waveform coming out of this oscillator, right? So this is controlling this. This is then controlling a DC offset wavetable. This by itself would play no sound whatsoever. It's just a DC offset. It's just a 1 the entire time, right? But by controlling the level, if you make the level go from, 0 to 1, you're creating a saw wave, but it's going to constantly be between 0 and 1. So if I want it to not be completely DC offset the entire time, I need to, for some reason this was disabled, I need to add an EQ that is a high pass filter and cuts out the low end, because essentially this is a 0 hertz wave. So if you add a high pass filter, you're going to cut out the 0 hertz wave. That is all. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. I need to add it here. Right? This should now hypothetically not fucking do that anymore, right? See, it ain't DC offset anymore. It's just normal fart sounds. And then the reason why I'm doing this, like, essentially you'd think, okay, so we're making this move an LFO, and LFO is moving this, which is then moving your speakers. So effectively, like, what's the point, right? We're just moving, it's the same thing as just having this go direct out. And my understanding is you can start doing weird shit by modulating and changing, like, the curves of the LFO itself. So you can start applying like smoothing to this LFO, which, if you apply a little bit of smoothing, that's effectively like a low pass filter, right? If you smooth out a wave, you're getting rid of the high frequencies. Make this less noisy and shit. I don't know what I didn't get here. Jesus. Beautiful. We love that. We love that. Right? So we have this. Now it's silent. Right? Yeah, just a little bit of smoothing because it's moving so fast. There's a tiny bit of smoothing, and then you're basically applying like a massive low pass filter. What does Rise even do? Okay, Rise, it's like an envelope. It's like a smoothing envelope from when you start playing the sound. And smoothing is a low pass filter, so it's like you just have an envelope opening a low pass filter, right? And then you can start doing weird shit, like having this LFO control the phase of another LFO. Then you can have the filter output of something control the phase as well, but in the opposite direction. Band reject is just for vibes, yeah. have the square wave LFO, and the phase is being modulated by the filter. No. Yes. Yeah. The output of this filter is controlling the position on this LFO, but also the output of this is controlling position on LFO. So before it gets filtered and after it gets filtered are adding together, right? Or subtracting from each other, which means like if this is a low pass filter here, then the result here from me subtracting a signal from its low pass filter would be a high pass filter. And so I'd be modulating this with a high pass filter in that case. Right now we're doing the opposite of the band reject, right? And then by doing that, this is then coming back and forth on the square wave, and the square wave is modulating this filter. Right? And then there's also smoothing applied. And so I'm smoothing, the square wave is now, you know, it's super smoothed out. Right? I'm slowly kind of figuring out how it works, and like this to somewhat predict the sounds, but it is very unpredictable. Let's try phase distortion from the filter. That shit's crazy. I wasn't recording, which was not smart. Let's record. It's like the worst sounds imaginable. Okay, let's try a different filter. Those are fun sounds. I like them. Different filter. What do we got? Nothing. It makes nothing. Let's hit it with a flat line. Okay, man. Like... It's a comb filter with distortion built in. Come on. Hello? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay. That shit's weird. You know what? I'm gonna save some. I'm just gonna save a bunch of sounds and try to make a sample pack out of them. Fuck it. Hey, what's up, Jade? Weird as fuck. Let's try... I haven't tried amplitude modulation at all in the filter. Okay, honestly, these have all been kind of disappointing. Why? Yeah, these are all pretty fucking boring. Hello? Maybe it's the amplitude modulation that's boring. Why is the filter not... What? What happened to my filter? I don't know what I did. I broke it. Why isn't the filter working anymore? It's not doing anything. Kinda? Maybe it's just like something weird with that comb filter. It was something weird with that filter. So it's still not... What the f... Excuse me? What is your deal? There we go. So I need to make sure that this LFO is modulating around the midpoint, because the midpoint is where this thing is. Weird. Let's go back to Foreman. Okay, yeah, amplitude modulation is just mid as fuck. It's not doing anything, man. Excuse me. Alright, none of this is cool. How did I get lost? We need to go back somewhere more interesting. I need to do something new. We can try controlling this from, can we FM, wait, how would I do this? I can use this LFO to control the FM amount. Yeah. I think Serum 2 is best for audio rate modulation stuff. So, I mean, I don't know, I really don't know that many synths that well, but to my understanding, I think Serum 2 is the best for like I'm having the output of this filter modulate other things. So if you want something, if you want an LFO that can run up to like 20,000 times per second and modulate things at audio rate, then like Serum 2 is probably the best in that regard, right? I can't think of anything else that can do that. So like a lot of the stuff that I'm doing here is based around modulating stuff at really, really fast rates. Though, like, I mean, you can still go very, very, very far without with just like pigments and stuff. Like with audio rate modulation stuff, I built a bunch of racks in like MaxMSP to like control racks in Ableton at audio rate and try to make them like modulating stuff at harmonic multiples of like the main bass frequency. But it only works monophonically, and it also has aliasing in it, and it falls apart when you move like more than like 500 hertz. So it sucks there, but in Serum, you could just like amplitude modulate anything by anything else. You know, you can have the cutoff of this filter being modulated by this wave, right? So this can be modulated by saw wave, but then the saw wave can be modulated by this guy, right? So I can ring modulate this guy by oscillator A, and then this guy can like modulate the cutoff here, and you can just get like super crazy shit. Doesn't sound crazy right now, but where's the dual band reject? Was it just called band reject? Yeah. Anyways, I'm running out steam. Made some cool sounds though. I don't want to dig through all of them. It's a lot of sounds. Phaseplant kinda can. Phaseplant can just do like phase modulation and stuff, but you can't actually do audio rate modulation, really. Not in the way that Serum can. Like, you can't audio rate modulate FX, as far as I know. Look at this waveform, man. Beautiful. Gorgeous. So good. This shit bangs. Oh man. Okay, all of this, I'm saving all these sounds. I gotta like, it's like all just, it's just a rubber chicken. It's just the rubber chickens that like you squeeze and then they just make like the most heinous calls. these all suck at this point, right? Amazing. Okay. I'm gonna save these sounds. Let's put an EQ8 on it and just EQ out the ultra lows. That'll get rid of the DC offset, because as you can see, the waveform looks totally fucked, right? So we will export that at full volume. Export, this goes into iliac, the rubber duck. It seems on phase plant, sending to sideband can create audio rate modulation. Okay, I mean, I don't know phase plant at all, to be honest. But, I just remember I was trying to, when I really wanted to explore audio rate modulation, I tried messing around in phase plant, and I like quickly was like, oh, you can't do shit with it. And then Serum 2 came out shortly afterwards, and I was like, oh, word, hell yeah. Cause like something I like to play around with. And I do it frequently with just like LFOs in Ableton, but like again, it's pretty limited. But you know, you can like use an LFO on, you know, this guy. Right? You can make it go really fast. And then you can times it by 10 to make it go up to 400 hertz. Right? And that's like, you can get really cool shit. But it's limited at like 400 hertz or 500 hertz or something like that. If you fuck with Maximus P to make it so that it can go faster, there's a cap in Ableton. You can't go any faster than that. So, yeah, having the ability to do that in Serum. Also, in Serum, you can literally have it set per voice in an oscillator. So you can have like a whole chord of things that are, you know, working like that. Whereas this would be like monophonic. But it's a pretty cool like sound design technique, at least. Especially working with audio. I don't know, I like messing around with it. Like I touched on this a lot in my newest video on like ring modulation shit. So and the thing that annoys me on Phaseplant is the trigger button for LFOs, etc. is hidden a lot in a list, pissing me off because it used to be. Yeah, I don't know Phaseplant. Really don't. Can't say. Okay, I think that's probably enough. Should I save the other sounds? What else do we got? Did I make anything cool here? I don't want to listen through all this. Like, how am I ever going to use that, you know? Beautiful. Like, some of the timbres and stuff are cool, but, like, it's just sandwiched between so much shit. Yeah. That's pretty good. I like that. Right? Like, you can, like, warp that and get... fuck it. I'm saving that. Opera singer. And then do we have anything else? Not really. We just got terrifying duck sounds and whatever that is out of the session. But we figured out, I don't know, it was fun. It was fun. There's probably more in there, but I really just can't be bothered to dig through all the sounds. Let's work on the song for a little bit. Don't save. Don't save. All right, and I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be back in just a minute while this project file loads. So. Whoa. Oh, there it is. I'm blind. Okay, I'm back. My hair's all poofy and shit. Work on this song for a little bit. Song everyone knows and loves, I'm sure. But yeah, in terms of the physical modeling stuff, something else I need to explore, I'll just touch on this real briefly, is a friend of mine showed me this patch where he did a physical modeling, like recreation of a violin. And I don't actually have, I can't load it because I don't have the newest version of Serum set up. Where, oh my god, I have so much shit. But I can load this guy. And this is called an accumulator, where essentially you twist this knob. Okay. This knob controls, never mind. Wait, I'm so confused. Okay, this knob controls the speed at which this LFO moves down. Right? So right now it's like moving very, very slowly. If I turn it up a little bit, it'll go up really, really fast. And so you can create a system where this is the velocity of this moving, and you can create a system where you can have an LFO set so that whenever that value, for instance, whenever Whenever this like reaches up here, this will reach this value here and then send it back and reset back in the middle. And so it'll go up and then get sent back down and then go up and then get set back down. And that physically models how a violin string behaves. Because when you bow a string, friction causes the string to like follow it in space until there's like too much tension. And then it goes back and then gets caught back on the bow. And so it just keeps doing this. And that creates like the waveform of a violin. And this can do that using this premise. Now, I don't even know exactly how this is even patched. He uses this LFO to like hold values that control there's a feedback loop. I think this LFO sends this value upwards, which sends it upwards, which sends it upwards, and it just keeps going up. And then this controls the speed of that. Anyways, that principle can be used to like create other physically modeled instruments, and I'm gonna explore that more in the near future. Not right now, but that's just like a basic principle. But yeah, you can use LFOs, and then again, that waveform, that LFO going up, would control like a DC offset of a waveform that goes out through your speaker. So you can literally create LFO shapes and have those shapes actually control what's going out of your speaker, and thus you can physically model more intricate stuff by like creating, you know, these like crazy circuits or whatever, but all within Serum using LFOs, which is really fucking nutty and weird to think about. Anyways, this is the song. So I mean, the song still has the same issues as before. I get kind of fatigued, like towards the end of the drop, just because it's like a lot of high frequencies. I don't think anything's necessarily mixed wrong, but like I get it's just it's a lot for a long time, you know? Like maybe, I mean, the song like creatively, compositionally is done, so I shouldn't make any big changes really, but like I feel like this in here can like be way more chill than that, you know? It gets really, really tiring at that point. Cool. I don't think it's too distracting. I think that adds to it. And then otherwise, the main problem is just this breakdown fucking sucks. Times with a lot. This one not too much relative to other songs, but like I wouldn't say days of my life. Many hours for sure, cumulative. Yeah, I don't know. It varies. I mean, just the amount of time I've spent on this song, like in the DAW, well over 24 hours for sure. So like, I guess that counts as listening, working on it, listening. I don't know. I really can't say. This song, when did I make this? 2022. So at like beginning of 2022, and then I didn't pick it back up and try to finish it until like probably over, well, 1,000 is a big number now that I think about it. And also it depends on what you mean by like to listen to it start to finish every single time or not, you know. But yeah, I made most of the song in 2022, and then I decided I wanted to finish the song and release it like 6 months ago or something. So that's how long I've been working on this EP. And it's been torture, but it's releasable. I could fiddle with it forever, and I'm gonna, but where's the... Oh, it is this. That guy sucks. Yeah, that bit there is questionable. Oh, why must you suck so much? Remember, folks, when you render, if you record shit out to audio and get rid of the synths and stuff, make sure there's no clicks. This has consumed hours, many hours of my life, just obsessing over how to make this sound right. Because there's clicks in it, and I can't get the clicks out. It's like baked in. It fucking sucks, dude. I think that was better. I think. It's pretty close. Yeah, fucking... Can we unfreeze this track and not break it? Where are all the clicks, the delay stuff coming from? Is that just also built into the thing? Is there a delay built in as well? You psychotic piece of shit. Why would you do this to yourself? Why is there a delay just fucking built into the sound? Am I crazy? This is just the fucking sound? We just got delays in it? No. It's gotta be like at the end of the group. Or something, right? See, I'm at the stage where you start to go crazy. Oh, okay, alright, let's look at the audio. Just to verify. I didn't copy it? Okay, that's fine. Fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, I literally recorded it out with clicks and delays on the clicks. What? So you can't even... You can't even manually go by hand and delete every single click, because I've done that. Because it's delayed everywhere. It's just part of it. It's fine. 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 Everything's fine, man. Just chill. People love clicks. When people listen to music, they're like, I heard a click and I liked it. That's what people do, surely. Yeah, no, I agree. Let's add noisy, like, riser stuff. It's too tonal. Genius. Oh my god, check this out. Vinyl distortion. Fucking massive. Huh? You know? I think that legit, I think that's it. I think that's absolutely it. I didn't think about the clicks at all there. I really didn't. I was just like listening to the texture. The clicks turn into texture. Why didn't I do that before? Why didn't I do that before? Do you know how much time I spent digging, clawing, prying out all these goddamn clicks for it to mean absolutely nothing? Look at all this. Look at all this. Turns out the secret wasn't get rid of them. It was to add more. Thank you. I just want sheer silence right there. Yeah, that high note just rings out in silence. Kind of bangs, I think. I think that's a good build-up now. I think we did it. I'm gonna save the project file, and I think I need to step away from it because I'm gonna go fucking insane, and I need to like refresh my perspective, you know? But I think that works. Oh yeah, I added one more little thing over here. Here. It's a little bit too busy. Maybe we like pan it. You know, the little call and response. Let's make it get quieter over there. Just this section will be quieter. Splash thing there. Okay, that's progress. That's good. That is good. That is, I think, objective improvement on the thing, especially the part that sucked. Because frankly, the rest of the song's been done for months, and it's just been that one section that I never made any actual decent progress on, except for now. So shout out Matthew for saving my ass by telling me to add more clicks. That was the lesson, you know? It's like yin and yang, you know? If you want to have smooth song with no clicks, you have to add more clicks to make the clicks smooth. It makes sense, I'm telling you. You just got to turn off your brain a little bit, and then it works. Okay, next thing. Yeah, you're gonna hear it and you're gonna be like, oh my god, that vinyl distortion right there, that was me. That's you. Part of history. Where the fuck, what am I doing? Where am I going? What am I looking for? What song do I want to open? We can open this one, because I keep endlessly, like, may as well keep endlessly working on it. Let's turn on the synthesizer, because Ableton is most likely going to crash, and then I can reopen it, and then I will play synth while we all stare and wait. Right? That could be fun. That'd be super fun. Why is Spotify always open? Look at that. We can go. Ooh, bacteria. What is this? Nothing. See, now I'm curious, how did the physical modeling synths in the Osmos work? Because I know it's like a really, really impressively powerful physical modeling engine, right? Like, check this shit out. Right? It sounds nuts. See, Ableton crashed. I'm telling you. I know my Ableton. I've been here before. I've done this. I'm an expert. Ain't my first rodeo. Filling this guy all the way up. And then setting spectrogram. Can I not say what the input? No, I have to do it from the other mini. Oh god, kill me, get me out of here. Fucking end it all. Help. Settings, shut down. I just want you. I swear they made it so much more difficult to navigate, though it could just be because I have like years of being used to the other thing. Default audio capture. Yeah, I have to go inputs. Yeah, see, there's so many more buttons now. Hate when they add more buttons. The worst. And then, where's my chat? There we go. I have not been playing piano like that lately. Skyrim? The last one was a song from Oblivion. Let's see if I remember this one. Uh, uh, nope, already fucked up. Yeah, the Oblivion one was I think Wings of Kinnereth is the name of it. And the Skyrim one is called Secunda. It's for, just so everyone knows. Wings of Kinnereth. Sounds like that. Right, fucking love Oblivion. That's my favorite game of all time, for sure. I feel like the intro sucks. It sounds so shit. It's like super flat and ultra compressed. What am I doing that's making it do that? I don't know why it sound like that. That's so annoying. There's a click! There's a click! How have I never noticed this click before? Oh, disgust. That's gotta be new. It's gotta be new. Oh. Oh my god, disgusting. Embarrassing. Get this bit here. This echo here. I'm gonna move you right there. Wait, what did I just do? Oh, fuck. Okay, here. Let's pop all of the automation out. Here. Let's take all of that. Take all of this. That there. And then we just duplicate that a bunch of times. And then that didn't do at all what I wanted it to do. Oh. That also needs to go over. Tell me. Okay, maybe that was too many times. happens way too many times. There's a happy medium between what I had before and what I just did. Thank you, Stickbug. Yeah, Floppy Ears, funny enough, I really don't like that song. I think I over-listened to it. I think I listened to that song way too many times, and I just still hate the song. But whenever I would play a live show and I would play that song, that's usually what people would ask me about after the show, and they'd be like, "What's that one song? When are you gonna release it?" And it always just gets like a great crowd reaction. But yeah, I can't stand it. It's funny. Okay, it still sucks ass. Okay, like delete all of that. Take that. Yeah, which, yeah. Find the timestamp. Oh, that sounds better, I think. Got some women's vocals and they glitch out a lot. It's the Amon Tobin song, probably. If it sounds like a child, I think. Where the fuck? Here. Zoom. That one, I presume. This one there's a woman singing in it. I think that's the only. I think that's it. I don't know. I do have the IDs posted of the songs that I did actually like sample or use in some way. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine. Sounds fine. Okay, let's go back to the beginning, because the intro, I think, sounds like really thin and weird. Let's make it super mono though in this section. It's because it's gonna expand out, you know? Headphones. Let's see. Can't find it. Is it in a different mix? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, I think. From a different mix. And the song is released. It's from this mix, Tipper and Friends 2022. This one here. I'm pretty happy with that song. I haven't listened to that one in ages. That one's called Phonetics. It's on my Glotchip EP. It's is this guy here. So this song, the premise is actually super interesting. This is a couple years ago when like machine learning was like less cool or more cool than it is now, and I found a model that lets you map a model that tries to find and timestamp all the phonemes in someone's voice. So if someone says the word voice, the phone that is the sound or syllable for V and the oi and s will all be mapped. Like a phoneme is like a syllable kind of. It's like a sound that the mouth can make. It's like not quite a letter, not quite a syllable, not quite a word. It's like the building blocks of language, right? And so it would find and map out and say what each phone is and timestamp it. And then I wrote a Python script that would take each of those timestamps and convert it to a point in MIDI, and every single phone would get mapped to a different MIDI note. And then I used like a giant sampler synthesizer thing and basically created like I guess you could think of it as like an encryption of language. Like I think I threw like a Kendrick Lamar vocal or something into this, and it's like rapping or whatever, and then each of the phones of his voice would get mapped to a different weird ass sound design squid sound. And so all the sounds here every single one of those is mapped to a different thing. All the vowels are like the low end stuff. All the like deep tonal low end stuff are where all the vowels are mapped, and all the hard consonants are the high end like prickly shit. So I don't know, it's kind of like a thing speaking a little bit. Sounds fucking cool. And then I never explored it again, but that's why it's called Phonetics, because it was made out of, you know, like phonetic study in phones and stuff. Yeah, honestly, like I was onto something. That was a really fucking cool idea, and then I never did it again. And then this is like a lot of vocoders and stuff like that. So the vocal is like a Lauryn Hill vocal. Communication lead to complication. Right, it sounds cool. And then I layer it with a vocoder. So I'm using a vocoder that is on the voice, and it's taking external from a super pitched up, glitched up version of the phoneme synth in the beginning. And so then I'm layering the voice with like a dry wet with a vocoder, and so it's like starting to sound kind of glitchy and stuff like that, and then eventually all that you're hearing is a super glitched out phoneme sound being vocoded with the voice, right? And then that sounds just super fucking cool. I just like took little bits of audio and just like duplicated a million times while there's like glitched out stuff in the background, and then vocoded it together, and then like played with width and stuff like that. Anyways, it was a good song. I like it. I like it. I'm happy with that song. That was a song I fucking hated when I released it. I was not happy with it at all. Like the moment I released it, I like realized that there's certain sounds in it that I just wanted to take out that were like ever present throughout the entire thing, and I just couldn't listen to it for like a year. It's alright. It's pretty good. I should play it more when I play shows. I don't play enough stuff from that EP. Anyways, this song sounds fine. Song's done. Sounds good. It's fine. Let's switch to something else. This song, this is the one that needs the most work. And like we're pretty fucking close. Last time I closed the project file, I was like, we're done with the song, but that's never true. However, it uses up a lot of CPU, and I tend to not be able to do it while streaming, but we'll see. Who knows? Should definitely do something similar to the new voice scrambling stuff. Not sure. So the phoneme thing that I was doing before, I'm like mapping every single phone to a MIDI send, and then the MIDI send is triggering different samples. The voice scrambling stuff is just like straight up like ring modulation and like inverting the frequency spectrum of certain sounds and creating like inharmonic weird ass sounds. So they're very different. One is like creating like a cipher, you know? It's like every letter corresponds to a different thing in a cipher, right? And this is like every single phoneme corresponds to a different sound. That's like the premise of it. Whereas the voice scrambling thing is like an encryption kind of thing, which is technically also a cipher. Now that I think about it, it's literally the same thing because certain sounds will sound like other things. I wonder if it's possible to learn to understand what voice scrambling is saying, right? Probably. Like if you hear a word enough times when the voice is scrambled, you can just like learn what that is, like learning a language. Probably. Though it's yeah, because like all the formant information, it depends on how you scramble the voice, but all the formant information is like, you know, between like 1 and 5K, right? And so as long as like the shit that you scramble is still like somewhat preserved, 1 to 5K, should be fine. Should be doable. That would be a stupid ass skill to learn, but that would be a funny skill. Hey, it loaded without crashing. The voice scrambling stuff with the vocal could be cool, calm response. Oh yeah. That would be hella sick, actually. Like have an actual like rap vocal rapping, does a call, and then you just get this like kind of voice scramble thing, come back, give a response, and mixing it out, working together. I used the voice scrambling thing in this section over here in this song. It's layered with all the shit here. Shit happening. Where is the voice scrambler? Where did I put you? Where'd you done go? There's so much shit. There's so much stuff. It's obscene. It's disgusting. Get me out of here. Let me out. Let me out. This is not a dance. I'm begging for help. I'm screaming for help. Please come let me out. Where the fuck did I put it, man? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I never did it at all. It was all a dream. Maybe it's in one of these. It is. I found it. 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 Like, I'm like layering it here. So now that I think about it, I should use a split voice scrambler when I did this. What was I thinking, man? You split voice scrambler. Don't crash. Don't crash, please. Thank you. Oh, I'm so scared all the time. Ableton's got me fucking traumatized, dude. Okay, I want to put this in here. And then crippled by the masculine urge to make a hyperpop song. That's the suck. Sorry that you have that problem. I do not envy you. Let's turn that off. And then now we got... Wait, what? Okay. Where's the high end? Oh, it's like extremely quiet. Alright, now let's layer that. And then let's get rid of all the low end, because I think there's a lot of low end that's ringing. Because when we invert it, it gets like, becomes really high frequency shit. Sort of, kinda. Oh, there's a stab and a shift. There's a stab afterwards. Just put the stab onto that. Something like that. Okay, let's go from the beginning and scream. They just don't sound good. But like, I think that's just how they are. Like, they're not gonna sound polished and clean because this is a song from like 2021 or something. So I don't know. I had made terrible decisions when I made the sounds to begin with. I think it's whatever, man. Okay, I think we're really close to it being done. I think the issues that I have with the sounds in the beginning are never ever gonna go away, and they sound fine, and I need to just get over it, and that's just the song. It's just the song. Really, I just need to tweak this ring mod thing that I added over here. This doesn't sound good yet. I'm thinking, what if we just like clip the fuck out of this lower ring mod band? The lower scrambled band? Like super fucking clipped. Then we just like do that? Oh, I put stab. I moved the stab instead of copy pasting the stab. Amateur mistake. Can we make this mono too? Doing some crazy parallel processing stuff. I'm gonna run it back to over here. Okay, alright, I think that's enough work for now. It sounded good. I think it's releasable. I say this every time, which means that it is releasable and I just need to release it. No, what I need to do is I need to come up for a name for the song so I can release it. And I need to come up with a name for the EP. Because like I already released a single for the EP. The EP doesn't have a name yet, man. It doesn't. Like the artwork doesn't even say, it doesn't have a name on it. It just says Paliac on it. We need to figure that out. And that's usually the hardest part. Just coming up with fucking decent sounding names. Okay. This was productive. This was good. So I think we made this song sound better. I'm not hating my life when I'm working on this song, which I used to. What did I do / say about stab? There was on the voice scrambled some parallel processing, all the like glitchy melodic bits with a voice scrambler because I wanted to just like add texture, like high-end kind of crunchy, noisy, inharmonic texture to the sound, so I'm parallel processing it with a scrambled version of itself. But when I did that, it was ringing out and had a tail that didn't sound good, right? Because like normally like the low frequency tail would sound like fine, but when you invert everything with a voice scrambler, then you're getting this like really high-end ringing that didn't sound good. So I used Stab, which is a multi-band transient shaper, to just shorten the transients, basically. Just get rid of the tail. And I was having issues because I kept moving it around in the rack. Anyways, yeah, so I'm happier with this song. The dub song from the last song, that one sounds fine. That one's releasable. I finished the ending of that. And then the song before that, the breakdown that I've been hating because there were so many clicks, I just added like static noise, and honestly it sounds fine now. I think I need to come back to it and revisit it, but assuming all the things that I did today were correct and I'm not just hallucinating that they sound good, then the EP is done, and I just need to come up with titles for everything and then finish the artwork. And then we'll have the full EP out probably in like, I don't know, a month, 3 weeks, something like that. And then I can work on the Microtonal album. Or I can work on another album before that. Or I can work on an EP. So this is the EP that we're finishing right now. Floppy Years is out, that one's done. And then we're releasing these other songs with it. I also kind of want to release this guy, because this guy's almost done. This guy also sounds pretty good. But I want to work on this microtonal album. I also want to work on this album. There's a lot of shit to do. What was the rookie mistake? Where it does... So no moving or latency. Yeah, there's no latency changes. The transient shaper just makes it shorter. You know, it's like when you like it's very similar to when you gate something by like if you have a drum break or a sample or whatever. Like, what is this? Do we have any decent examples? Like Stab, the multiband transient shaper, it does similar stuff to like if I have like we have this. And I warp it and then I shorten the transients. Stab does something similar to that, right? The rookie mistake, I mean, I don't know, I'm not sure which time I said rookie mistake that you're referring to, but in one of the songs a few songs ago that I was working on, I exported a bunch of sounds. I like resampled them down, and the resampled sounds had a bunch of clicks in them. Not only that, but I had delays on the clicks. I had a delay on the sound that I resampled the audio. So the delay and the clicks were just baked into the sound, and I couldn't do anything about it afterwards. And that was like a super stupid mistake that I had to deal with and spent hours and hours of my life trying to like figure out how to clean it up and make it listenable. So, I mean, I think it sounds better now, because the solution, I think, was I just literally added more clicks. I added like a lot of noise and vinyl static in that section when that thing appears. I think it sounds better now. We'll see though, maybe my mind will change. Maybe I'll listen tomorrow and realize that what I did sounds even worse. So who knows, but yeah, no, it's been a fucking nightmare. Every EP, finishing music sucks always. Finishing EPs does. Sometimes I'll release a single that was just very easy to make, but finishing EPs are nightmares, but you always learn a lot about yourself and the process and what you need to stop doing. Yeah. So this is done, pretty much. This will be out late this month or sometime next month. Hey, what's up, Mr. Lee? Whoa, Mr. Leakey's picture is different. No, it's not. No. I set up some dark mode. I set up dark mode in some weird ass way. There's like a Google setting you could set up where you could set everything to be dark mode by default, and it made it so that my YouTube channel, that YouTube, which already had in dark mode, is in like extra dark mode, and that it now fucks with like the icons. So I need to fix that. I'm sorry for accusing you, Mr. Leaky, of changing your picture. Anyways, this thing is pretty much done. And then my next decision is I could finish this EP here, which is like, frankly, really close to actually being finished. And that could be fun. But I really want to work on this microtonal downtempo album. And there's also this other album that I've been wanting to finish for years, which is also this is sucky, because I've been wanting to finish this and release this for years, but then now I'm like, wait, but I should work on the microtonal project, because microtonal music is super cool, and I feel like this is a greater project. This is a more interesting project overall. Not necessarily. Just the premise of just like showing off what you can do with microtones and shit. I feel like not even necessarily that it's like more easily marketable or whatever, or gimmicky, but like I feel like it accomplishes something greater in the world in terms of like releasing music and showing off. Just showing it's just like a thesis. It's like a statement of like what you can do with alternate tuning systems, and it's showing how they can be valid and interesting, because a lot of people like dismiss it. And I feel like that is important, and thus I should prioritize working on this and finishing this. However, this has a lot of music that I've been wanting to release for years and years and years that I think could tell a really cohesive story. Like this works really well almost as like a concept album that I've been building up in my head for a while. Whereas this is more so like a statement of cool sounds and shit. So I don't know. I gotta figure out what direction I need to work on soon, because frankly, at the rate I'm going, it's taking me like 6 months to release a 5 fucking track EP every single time. So an album is gonna take way longer. I don't know. It's a nightmare, man. We're in hell. Anyways, yeah, that's the stream, I think. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna eat some food. And then I'm gonna play video games for a bit, and then probably come back and work on music while y'all are sleeping. So who knows? Oh yeah, this was fun. If anyone wants to, if you want to look at cool sound design shit, the first like hour of the stream was me just making weird physical modeling sounds. It was odd. All right. Anyways, I'm heading out. Hope you all have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you later. Bye.